have. I have is the best words in manifesting. 2 little words. I have. I have a YouTube channel. I have a car. I have a place to live. I have a couch. I have pillows. When we are talking about things that we have, we no longer need to manifest them. So what do you have that you no longer need to manifest? This is Susie, your beautiful millionaire swan queen. Welcome back to the garden, my beautiful duckling. Subscribe, smash the like button, share my video, and I will love you forever. I am a life coach with a 99.6% success rate in getting people back together with the love of their life. If you are interested in working with me one-on-one, please check out the links in the description below. So when we are consciously creating our life, the biggest thing that everybody tells me when they come to me is, but Susie, there is this problem. But Susie, there's that problem. But Susie. So one of the comments yesterday under the last video I put up answering YouTube questions said, my love and I want to be married, but he lives in one country and I live in another country. We can't be together. That's the story you're telling. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are around this. And in comments, she said something about that there's family things that they need to take care of. That's great. I get it. There's family stuff you got to take care of. But number one, you're telling a story that you can't be together because your families are keeping you apart and the countries are keeping you apart. So you have a relationship, but you're not upgrading it to living in the same country. You're not upgrading it to being together in the same room. You are talking about what you do not want. Instead of talking about, I have a great relationship, this relationship is getting better and better every day, and somehow, some way, by the grace of God, the universe, manifesting, conscious creating, because Susie said so, we are going to be under the same roof. So let's take a situation. I lived in Chicago. Now I live in Missouri. I can get on a plane. I can drive my car and I can get back there. I have a friend in Canada. If I want to go to Canada, do I need a passport or can I just use my driver's license? Does it have to be a regular driver's license or this new real ID? Those are things that I would have to look into. Now, I know if I fly to Italy, because I have a friend who has apartments in Italy, and I could go stay in one of her apartments in Italy. I can fly to Italy. I have to have a passport. Those are the things that you should be worrying about. Do I have the passport to get to Italy? Do I have the ID that's going to get me in and out of Canada? Do I have to call my bank and let them know if I use my card in Canada that it is actually me and my card wasn't stolen? Those are things that you have to do. When you are consciously creating a relationship, you have to talk about how good this relationship is and why this relationship is working, how the universe is conspiring to bring you together. Let's talk about that. You have 7 billion people on the planet. So we know, number one, we do have 7 billion people on the planet. Number two, things have to move around in order for us to be with that person. So I have 7 billion people conspiring to bring me and Jared together. Oh my gosh, thank you, universe, for bringing me and Jared together. All these people moving, they're holding the water back on the Red Sea with Moses so Jared can make that straight path to me and we can be together happily ever after. But I have to talk about how it's working. I can't talk about why it's not working. Oh my gosh, my boyfriend texted me and he said, I don't want to be in a relationship anymore. What does that mean, Susie? It means your boyfriend texted you. I used to get a text message and I hated the text message. Absolutely, positively hated the text message. But that person texting me, it didn't matter what they text me. That meant that they were talking to me. That there was still something there that can be repaired. So I repaired that relationship because I chose to. And every day I choose to make that relationship better and better. Every day I get up, I make a conscious choice to be in this relationship. I choose that it be a good relationship. So I have a relationship with this person. When you are talking about your problems, you're cementing it. You are literally cementing it. The reason I'm called the Swan Queen is because I transform you from behaviors and patterns that you don't realize that you are doing to be able to empower you to get that dream life, that dream relationship. A lot of people want a specific person. I have a relationship with The Rock. I've followed him since football. I've followed him in the WWE, and then it became the WWF. I've followed him on Instagram and Facebook. I have a relationship. It is a fan relationship, so if I want to be best friends with him, I'm upgrading. You guys got to see that this is a different perspective. If you are talking about what you need to do to change that person, you are making it all about them. My Swan technique, it teaches you guys to revise your situation. Why do I instantly feel absolutely, positively amazing to be loved by Jared, knowing things are different, and we are now happily married? Just because I said so. You are looking for reasons when you say, well, I have to change this relationship. All of my relationships have been so loving in the past. No. We don't have to change any of that. Because I'm going to tell you something. Everybody knows what a toxic relationship looks like. But when you're in that toxic relationship, you don't realize what it looks like because you became acclimated to the relationship. So you are a cold egg in a refrigerator. I take this egg out of the refrigerator. I put it in ice cold water on the stove. And then I turn the stove on. The water starts to slowly warm up. And that egg starts to warm up with the water. As the water gets a little hotter, the egg gets a little hotter. When the water's at a full boil, and it's a rolling boil, that egg, you got to drain it, let the water, put it in cold water to cool it off so you can pick it up. Well, that's the thing about toxic relationships. They start out with a little oomph. They'll come in, they'll be attractive, they'll make you feel good, and then, you know, a playful punch on the arm. Your extracurricular activity includes a little bit of, you know, foreplay, and the foreplay is, you know, a little rough. Well, you let the playful punch, you let that rough stuff, they're acclimating you to what they want from you. They are acclimating you. So you don't think anything of it. But the first time they grab you by the throat and slam you up against the wall and they apologize, you're like, oh, they didn't mean that. Well, they could control themselves in the bedroom. Why couldn't they control themselves out of the bedroom? They could control themselves in public, but they can't control themselves at home. They're acclimating us to their behavior. And we all see this when we're on the outside, but when we're on the inside, we don't see this. So then when you get a good guy, you get somebody who is absolutely positively amazing, and they respect you and they appreciate you and they do nice things for you and they spoil you. It doesn't matter if this person is a male or a female. When you are in a toxic relationship, everybody says, oh, you like bad boys. You like bad girls. But in reality, those are the good guys because we're used to that. We're acclimated to that toxic behavior. So we know what to expect. But when we have this amazing person, they're the ultimate bad boy or the ultimate bad girl. Because We don't understand why they're not exploding. We don't understand why things aren't going well in the relationship. So we are trying to change a toxic person into this amazing person, but yet we're used to this person's behavior. So if we stop affirming, we no longer have the good behavior. We have their bad behavior again. When we get a good guy, we run because we have no knowledge base on why they're doing this. We're waiting for a nuclear explosion, and that explosion wiped out Christmas Island, but they're not doing this. So when you have a good guy, you have a relationship, you just need to upgrade it. Or you have to say, I have this amazing relationship. This person is spoiling me, and it's wonderful. It's not too good to be true. It's wonderful. It's incredible. It's fantastic. It's amazing. Oh my God, the way this person treats me is amazing. I love it. Because they're scaring you, you have to tell yourself it's okay to have this relationship. Now, when you want to get this person back and you want to change everything about them, find somebody new. Because every time they do something from the past, they pick up their phone and they're looking at their phone and they twist the phone so you can't see it. They have that new cover on their phone where nobody can look at the phone unless you're straight on. You can't see it this way. You can't see it this way. You can only see it if you're straight on. As soon as they do something that we don't like, we go back to that old story. That doesn't serve us. So when you want this relationship, you have to talk about, I have this relationship. I have a great relationship. Why am I so blessed to have an amazing relationship with Jared? Just because I asked this question. Why am I so blessed that this amazing person is spoiling me? I love being spoiled by this person. Because when we talk about I have, or I'm doing. If you want to talk about The Rock, manifesting The Rock, okay, y'all want to manifest The Rock as your husband. You got to get him away from his wife first. And you're all focused on his wife instead of focusing on him. I don't want The Rock to get divorced. I don't want to be his wife. I want to be friends with him. So I have identified what I want. His wife's not a third party. His wife is a wonderful lady. When you talk about, I have friends, what friends do you have? When you talk about, I have a specific person, what's that relationship like? Because the only way you're going to turn it around is to change your words and never stop using those words that got that relationship to this amazing point. You're not in any contact with this person. Somehow, some way, this relationship is getting better and better every day. Somehow, some way, no matter what, we're coming together. I've got this desire to be with this person. This person's got the desire to be with me. So I'm going to have a relationship with them. Oh wait, I already have a relationship with them. It's just not the way I want it right now. So I'm going to upgrade it. I have. 2 little words can drastically change your life for the better. I have that job. I have that car. I have that house I want. I have my specific person. I have a relationship with Jared. I'm upgrading. What am I going to upgrade it to? Pick it. The same thing. Distance. I have distance. I have family obligations. I have responsibilities. But 7 billion people on the planet are conspiring to bring us together. In this situation, in order to be together, somebody has to move. Which one of you moves? Let the universe do it. Or decide they move to you. What do you want? Because you have a relationship, but you're talking about why it's not going to work instead of upgrading it to somehow, some way, 7 billion people in the universe helped bring us under the same roof. It isn't hard. It's actually very simple. And it's why I do this. It's why I chose to be a life coach, because nobody changed my story. Nobody helped me when I was going through some really bad times. So when I found out how easy it was, because somebody actually said, Susie, change your story. I need you to do this, make this call, make that call. They gave me a bunch of things to do. And that empowered me to be able to create the life I am living today. My dream life. I love my life. My life is absolutely, positively amazing. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. If I don't feel like working today, I can block out my schedule. If I don't feel like doing a video and I want to go take a nap, I can do that. If I want to play with the kids, if I want to go to the creek, if I want to go shopping, I get to choose. What I manifested is way better than a Camaro. It's freedom to make my life the life I love living, in the place I love to live. I hated this town because the food isn't as good as Chicago. There's not a lot of things to do like there was in Chicago, but the 4 loves of my life are here. My children, my 4 children are here, and I'm not going to move away from my children at this point in my life. So I had to learn to love to live here. Changing your words. I hated driving. I talk about how I love driving my Camaro. I have a Camaro and I love driving my Camaro. Sunday, I went out for a 2-hour drive. Just a 2-hour drive. That is the first time in my life that I have willingly just gone out on a 2-hour drive with no point to go to. I didn't have anywhere to go. I just drove. And I actually did something that I don't do. I drove so far and then I said, we're going to go up a little bit and then we're going to make a right turn. And then we'd go up some more and then we'd make a left turn. And I just was like, let's go left, let's go right. Let's see what's out there. Let's find the curviest roads to drive on. I had a fun drive because I have a Camaro I love to drive. It's all about the story you tell in your life. And that story is repeated over and over and over again to everybody who is willing to listen to us. You guys have an absolutely positively amazing day. And as always, I love you. Leave me a comment and let me know how I am drastically changing your life for the better.